What is up, guys? It's a beautiful Saturday morning. It's my first full weekend off of work after maybe, what, 6 weeks, is it? And I get the full day to ride today. And I'm on my way to see Triple Rider. He's another motovlogger in Tokyo. And he's got some things he needs to take care of, but we're gonna meet up halfway down Bosohanto, which is the peninsula east of Tokyo area. And we're gonna ride down to the southernmost point of the peninsula. And we're gonna see if we can explore a few new roads, see what we can see, find a good place to eat. But this feels so good. I don't know, do you feel this? I don't know if you can grasp the feeling you get when you ride on an open road like this, no lights, just through rice fields, and you feel the cool wind coming off of the rice fields. We're in June right now, so this is rainy season here in Japan, which actually it's kind of misleading because we have a rainy season before summer, and then in autumn we have what they call typhoon season, which is pretty much the same thing. But for rainy season, this is not bad, you know. It's there's a few clouds, but it is looking pretty good. Today I want to talk about motorbikes that are under 400cc, and if you have any thoughts or recommendations or ideas on this. Now, most of you guys have ridden more bikes than I have, just because I'm fairly new to all of this riding and all that, so I could use your insights and your thoughts and your perspective on the bikes that you've ridden. Now, why am I talking specifically about 400cc and under? That's because right now my license is limited to bikes that are under 400cc. That's just how the Japanese driver's license works. You have the Futsu Nirin Menkyo, which means your regular motorbike license, which allows you to ride up to 250cc. Sorry, up to 400cc motorbike. And then if you want to ride anything over that, you need to have an Ogata license, which is the big bike license. And so, anything under 250 doesn't require mandatory inspection, which requires you to pay a few fees and all that sort of stuff, and you have to get it checked every 2 years. It needs to pass inspection. So, mine being under 250, or just it doesn't need that inspection. So it's more like there's no hassle there, and I don't need to pay that extra fee for inspection. And in a way, you can get away with doing certain customizations and mods on your bike without having to switch it back to stock just to pass inspection every 2 years. So in that way, a 250 is really ideal. It's hassle-free and very economical, and yeah, it's just an easy level. It's easy on the wallet, that's for sure. Okay, so but let's say I wanted to get a bigger bike. Right now my license allows me to go up to 400cc motorbike, and I just want to see, let you know what I'm thinking about some of the 400cc's that I've been thinking about, and then you can tell me what your perspective is, or what your thoughts are, or what you think about this. All right, what bikes are kind of on my radar as far as bikes that I'm interested in? And again, I'm not sure. Some people are saying just get an Ogata license, and really friendly guys, and I'll let you ride my bike. Or I know this person who would gladly let you ride their Monster, Ducati Monster, which is one of my dream bikes, if you had an Ogata license. So wow, that's pretty tempting, maybe I should that is something that's on my, my bucket list. Well, just something that I'm want to be heading in that direction. I want to get an all-rental license. It's kind of one of those fun things that I want to do. But yeah, it's all about, I guess, timing, and right now, really, even a 400 I think would be like a big upgrade for me and offer a lot of fun. And down the road I could get an all-rental. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna go for a 400 just yet, and I just know that I'm looking around and I'm kind of interested, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So let's talk about bikes today. Okay, other 400cc bikes that I've thought of. Okay, the Honda CB400 SF. Tell me, guys, what you think about that. 4-cylinder inline. It's got that beautiful 4-cylinder inline sound going. It is, you know, Japanese Honda bulletproof engine. Pretty much, it's just bomb-proof. It's solid. It's going to last for a long time. It can stand up to a lot of abuse. It's fast. It's one of the fastest for the 400cc class, with 50 some bhp or something like that, and it's cool. It's got the good classic looks. The thing I like about that, the classic looks, 4-cylinder inline, which I love the sound of, and I think it's a bike that I could work with. Like when I look for a bike, the thing I like about this is that I could work on it. I can do stuff on it, change it up a bit, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about it. So I think I could probably do that with the CB400 SF. Okay. Alright, moving along. Another bike that I've been thinking about is the Suzuki Gladius 400. This has ABS. I think there's a ABS version for the CB400, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would like to have a bike with ABS, or at least that option, if I can find one. Again, it's a V-twin engine on the Gladius 400. Initially, I did not really care for that kind of roundish styling, but it is pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of growing on me a bit. There are certain things that I would definitely change immediately once I got on it, like if I were to get this bike. But it's a V-twin, so it's fairly economical, very torquey, and it's actually got more horsepower, and it's actually a faster bike than the CB400 SF. So I think in the 400 class, it is the fastest bike out there for the Japanese market at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I could be, I don't know, could be wrong here, but just as far as specs go. All right, so the thing I like about that is the V-twin engine. Yeah, it's economical. Okay, that's the reason why I like the V-twin engine. It's torquey, but it's also economical. Like whereas like that one will get better mileage than this one, just because it's fuel injection and it's a V-twin. Whereas the 4-cylinder inline, I'll get probably usually like 10 kilometers less per liter with that. And when you commute like 1,200 or 1,000, you know, around 1,200 kilometers a month on the bike, it adds up. So and then, you know, you want to go touring on top of that. So I like the bike that the economy that I get with this bike, and also that I would possibly get with the Gladius 400, just according to the reviews and what I've read. The Ninja ER4N, I believe it's called. ER4N? Basically, it's the naked version of the Ninja 400. It's the same chassis, it's got the same monoshock, it's got the same engine, but it's just the naked version. And from what I hear, it's a really fun, great bike to ride, but it's not very popular. And actually, I don't think the Gladius is very popular either. If you say, hey, I ride a Gladius, most people wouldn't know. I think in Europe it became pretty popular. The 600cc version was fairly popular. It kind of, you know, it was the Japanese, cheaper Ducati looking bike that they put out there. And I think that's, you know, the styling is growing on me a little bit more. But here in Japan, if you say, oh, I ride a Gladius, some people won't know, like, well, what's that, you know? Same with the ER4N, the Naked Ninja 400. It is not like I have not seen very many of them. I think I've seen one on the road before, and yeah, just not very popular bikes. And I get that as well, because initially I really didn't like the headlight, that kind of vertical stacked on top of each other headlight. It just, I just really didn't like it. But great thing is, it's a parallel twin. Sound is not all that great. Better mileage. I hear that it's pretty fun to whip around the twisties, and that's kind of the riding, kind of style of riding I enjoy doing. So, and it's a naked bike, so less bearings to take off when I want to fiddle with stuff and fix things and do maintenance and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so those are the sort of 3 naked bikes that I'm considering. And then, oh wait, okay, the Duke 390, or is it called the 390 Duke? KTM. Okay, so I got a chance to sit on this the other day when I was at Apex Moto. Yeah, it's a taller bike, but it is light. It is so light, and it's a single cylinder. It's a thumper, so there's a lot of reviews out there, but that's also an option and something that I've considered as well. I'm considering. Again, one thing I'm not. Well, I hear that you can get really good mileage out of that just because it's a single, but it's also got plenty of power, and it's very torquey, and it's really fun. And the twisties, just it being so light. It's actually the same frame that they use for the 200 Duke and the 125 upside down front fork suspension, and ABS. I don't know if the 125 has ABS, but anyways, yeah, the Duke 390 has ABS, and the brakes are made by a company that's under Brembo. So all around, it seems decent, you know, for this class of bike. One thing I'm not too will have to grow on me is like the very angular look of the bike, which is kind of cool. I kind of like the classic looking bikes. I feel they're a little more timeless, but yeah, it's pretty cool. One thing I wish they did differently was the meter. It's all digital. I would prefer, like, you know, half analog, half digital, or something like that. But anyway, one thing, it's got a smaller tank, so that's a little bit of a downside, especially. But you know, that's not so much of a problem. I was thinking maybe it would be nice to have a more comfortable seat if I were to take a pillion, because if I wanted to take my wife out or my boys out on a ride, it might be nicer to have a more comfortable pillion seat, which I think the CB400 SF has, and the ER4N has. I think the Gladius also has a fairly big seat, but I'm not sure how comfortable that is. Anyway, those MT-03 is also out there. It's a good looking bike. I just want something that maybe a little bigger. I don't know. I haven't really ridden in it, so I can't say, but the ergos and everything would feel like kind of like the same as this. So maybe I want something a little bit bigger, just for a change. Yep. Alright guys, so just talking about naked bikes today. Let me know what you think, and tell me what your thoughts are on these different kinds of bikes. Considering, if you were me, if you commuted about 50 kilometers a day, kind of long straight stretches, and if you're looking for a naked bike, tell me the pros and cons to each of these bikes. If you have any experience with these bikes, and or how much they would cost to maintain and upkeep and all that sort of stuff. In the end, the bike is not just a tool for commuting. It is a hobby. It's something that I want to enjoy riding as well. So, you know, I need to keep that in mind as well. Like, there's a practical side of me that tells me make it practical, make it, you know, make sure the maintenance is easy to do and affordable and all that sort of stuff. But then at the same time, it's also a fun thing that I do. So I need some people telling me and reminding me of those things as well, because sometimes I tend to be a little bit too serious. All right, guys, enough of this. I need to get past these cars, so I'll talk to you later.